Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Runewell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Hefric 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will... well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were
No,
thinking?
that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen? I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrecht 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the Blazing Sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the Blazing Sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma, but it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything that
Listen,
we've...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrect 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
there's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is...
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Ganquill!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Here's a healing art!
Dragon Form! This!
Concentration!
I owe you one.
Not in your dreams!
You picked the wrong fight!
Evil! Terminate
Shooter!
Freeze Lancer!
Lock the
Wall! Here, let me help!
Demon Lash!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Alright, this fight ends here! Gotta go faster!
Now, Asuna!
Right!
Not a chance! I'm not done!
Air thrust! Leave the enemy's arc to me!
No complaints here!
Okay, here I go! Burn in hell!
In a bind?
Here I come!
I'm going
Sword
to
Rain
use
out!
all the power of my healing art.
Last one!
Grind you into dust!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
I owe you one.
Man, here goes!
Dragon Swarm!
Just me now!
Explosive Ring!
Raging Luna Sword!
Thanks.
Blow them away!
Raging Cascade!
Where are you going?
Field! Freezing Storm! Astral Energy! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Alphen.
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now,
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
what'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renin rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danons started pressing their own.
Renins, Danons, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. it will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Little help!
Here I come! Eat this! Now I can let loose!
I can handle it! Here's evil!
Try this! Explosive ring!
I'll smash you! Prepare to be seen!
Illuminate the dark!
Deny!
Come forth!
Sword ring alpha! Try this!
By the power
Blending flash!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me!
Searing gale!
Show you what my powerhouse is! Rise and shine!
Sword ring alpha! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Blah, 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 magic!
Here I put
Raging
Luna Storm! Soaring
You
light
up
spear!
the way.
Orochi Spirit!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
One more time!
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
None shall escape my
Blast the
judgment!
shock!
This one's mine! You are in tip-top shape! This
As
one's
soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that isn't true.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
These things really get on my nerves.
Orochi's Fury!
Flying freaks! Take this! They just sit still!
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Blast the shock!
None shall escape my
This one's
judgment.
all mine! Orochi's Fury! Damn it!
Firmament render!
Explosive ring!
Radiant here!
Dazzle!
Arch required complete
Be still!
Elusive deity!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Firmament
More
render!
sucrose?
Keep calm and take them
I'm
down.
not done! Burn in hell!
Freezing, where are you going?
I'm ready! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Got it!
More incoming!
Raging Luna Storm! All mine! Eat dirt!
Eat dirt.
Hurricane Thrust!
Shield!
Resonate with the earth!
Radiant
Blast shock!
Do it.
Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Here's reinforcement!
Glacier
Dragon
Field!
Form!
Here's evil!
You're mine!
This one's mine.
You're mine!
Take on your
Try this! Air pressure! Blending
I'm
Flash!
all set!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Bestow thy
More?
mystic mercy!
Here's
Take this!
Thousand Gales! Here's
This
Can't get out of this!
Here's a healing arc!
Denied!
Let me see what I can do!
Man,
Here I
Thousand
go.
Gales! Tear you to
Sword
shreds!
ring!
Can you take it?
Orochi's Fury!
I'm going to need
Elusive deity! Burn in hell!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Carve now! Blade! Dance in the
Where
wind!
are you going?
Air
Take
drop!
this!
Elusive deity! Into the
We've
shadows!
turned the tables.
That'll do it!
Blending Shield!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Elfin.
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right beside you.
I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
None shall escape my judgment.
Elusive deity! Shock!
Rain!
Searing gale! Eat dirt!
That'll bring you down.
We
Now!
did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there was improvement.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen...
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Not today!
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
Crazy! How could a girl ever say no? Do it! Sleep now. Astral energy. Full throttle! Go! A flawless victory.
Take it!
Naturally.
I'll smash you! Allow me to help.
Far enough! I'm out of ammo. Air drag array.
Rising Phoenix!
Annihilation.
You're mine!
Elusive deity!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Scream. Not a chance! Rising Phoenix! You're mine! Dragon form!
Handle this.
Orochi's
Now!
Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara! The heavens must be smiling. Even in such a harsh... I wonder what Hilganquil's civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true, then if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
I won't forgive you!
Dragon Swarm! I'll take you all off! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Explosive! Coyote one! Plasma shock!
That'll bring you down!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Nothing
Can't
gets
get
by
out of
me!
this!
Far enough!
I'll smash you! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
No escape! Soaring Light Spear! Hurricane Blast!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
My turn!
Plasma Shock!
Raging Luna Storm!
Searing Gale!
Raging Cascade!
Leave the ensnaring to
In
me.
here!
Take this!
Let's get you off out the way! Thanks for
No
the healing.
further.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too. Now!
Looks like it could be worth something.
I won't forget you!
This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin!
I shall
Very
ensure
bad.
I survive this.
feel so good. Dragon Swarm!
These ones can run rings around us!
Not today!
Confiscated!
Azure Storm!
I'll fix you up!
Plasma Shock!
Tempest Whirl! Hey, I'll fix you one more!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And this one's mine!
me!
I'll smash you!
What would I do without
You must be
Rage?
tired of healing me. I'm merely doing what I can to help.
Spear!
Glad you're on out.
You picked the wrong fight!
Denied!
Dragon
What would I do
Spear!
without...
Here I come!
Radiant storm!
Explosive ring!
Art expert coming through! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing art to repel this circle. Thank you. Sorry, Helene. I
I
didn't
only
want to
did
put
what
you
any
out.
other what our friends for. We can't depend on one another.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
In a vine?
Just what I need. I'm ready. There you go. Don't let up. Don't mind if I do.
Now art is being interrupted.
Ornament render.
To be let free.
Radiant prepare.
Ready to go. Dragon form! Ignite!
Reload!
Benediction.
A whirling struggle. Radiant
Dragon form! Sword Ring Alpha! Try this!
I'm out of ammo.
I can't take much more. Can't get out of this! Dragon form!
Recover! Hold on to your art. Here I come. Here's a healing art. Eat dirt.
Raging Luna Storm!
That'll bring you down. Shining Supernova.
Sword Ring Alpha!
Raging Cascade.
Ready and rare!
Dance to the wind.
Dragon form! Burn!
Get out of there with the others.
Resonate with the
You'll
earth.
escape my judgment.
Stalagmite!
Thunder Blade.
Dragon form! How would I miss you?
All right.
Azure
Now.
Storm! Totally! In an instant! Impact Frost!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Looks like some solid equipment. Hey! Hey, I just realized something.
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, while I've got you, what's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat?
Get him, Hootle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hootle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell?
Guess I misread the landing. These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans. Or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrecht 35 about it sometime.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I'll take you all on! I owe you one. Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind!
Shield from
Dragon!
Illuminate
Dragon Swarm!
Burning fire!
Denied!
Art expert coming through!
Orochi Fury!
Thanks, Shield.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
One more!
I'll be there.
Burn in hell!
Mega Ray! That'll bring you down!
Can't get out of
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
to action. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Clear for us a path.
Here's
The
the
ring!
Divine! Three blends!
The flame inside me to be let free!
Frozen!
Hammer!
My turn!
All the power
Take
of my
this!
healing
Elusive deity! Eat this!
Feel!
I'm ready.
Dohalim!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
I can feel my precision improving. Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way! We got...
Some good equipment! I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegus, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for? Dispose of the trash.
Dragon Swarm! Explosive ring! It can hide itself? Amazing! Sword Rain Alpha!
Not in your dreams!
You're mine!
Armor won't save you!
What would I do without you?
Dance on the wind. On your knees.
Azure Storm!
Dragon
Dragon Swarm!
Now it's my turn.
Bronze and ready!
Sword Rain Alpha! Orochi Fury! Pivot time!
Where are you going?
Not today!
Resonate with the
Laser spear.
Her arts are being interrupted.
Plasma Shock!
Raging Lunar Storm.
Stardust!
Can't get out of this.
Soaring Light Spear!
Raging
Mirage!
Elusive deity.
You're mine!
Eagle Ray.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Hold on to your art. Here I
Crush! Azure Storm!
come! Now through
Radiant Whip! Toyota
Sorry, I didn't want to put you out.
When our friends force, we can't depend on one another.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Nothing gets by me!
I'm not done! Plasma Shock!
Magic is in! Holy land!
Mirage!
It's in the
Try
sky,
this!
it's mine!
Burning Bullet!
Where are you going?
Have a standing form!
Not today!
By the power of water! Raging cascade!
Armor won't save you!
Dragon Swarm! Prepare to be Sword Rain Alpha! Try this!
Art seal!
Rending Flash! Try harder! My turn! Orochi Fury!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Can you take it?
Illuminate the dark! Confiscated!
limits! Let me free you of your power! Tear! Power bestow thy meek mercy! Eater!
Lunar corruption!
Astral
That's my cue!
Alpha! Shut him down!
Take this! This one's mine!
Demon Lash!
More for the stop line!
I've been hit with something! Dragon
So even a masochist has his limits.
Not feeling so great.
Let's get you all up to
Dragon 4! Try harder! Now!
Start coming through!
Benediction light.
Now!
Alright!
Try harder!
Showtime!
Dragon Swarm!
Here goes!
Try this! Take this! Explosive ring! Not today!
By the power
No
of
further!
water! Shiny Supernova!
Here, let me help.
Strike!
Into the wind! First air thrust!
The fluidity of your movement is simply
Now!
incredible.
Frozen!
Hammer!
These bad guys really don't mess around.
We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once, before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have. Let's see what you've got.
Come on! Come one, come all! Sword Rain Alpha!
In the sky, it's mine!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Shattering of pieces! Bring you down!
I owe you one.
Coming through!
Blast
Hear me!
Shock!
Flame of fury! Burning
I can feel my power growing!
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danans?
I'd say it's likely, which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danans. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danans too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on, though. It was that same free will that allowed Xion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us. Without it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
No choice!
Lunar corruption!
Now I can let loose!
Power of water!
Not today! Time to cross blades! Not the shock! Barrier effect!
Lightning orb! Lightning condense!
You're finished! No further!
Thanks for the healing.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Resonate with the earth! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Chlorine Alpha! Spirits within the soil. Awaken and wreak havoc!
Here comes!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Hold on to your arm. Here I come!
Explosive ring! Burn!
Steering
You're
on my watch! Remove!
Chlorine Alpha!
Lightning orb! Outstanding form!
Searing gale!
Air drop! Arts required complete. Will this help?
Orochi's Fury!
In the wind! Feel! Show you what my aura can be! Rise and shine! A whirling struggle! Blah, blah, blah!
Can't get hit!
I couldn't make it in time.
Take this!
Mega ray! This one's mine!
Here I come!
Hold on to your arm! Here I come!
It's on!
Power of water!
Heal! Last
Lunar
shock!
corruption! Lightning supernova! By the power of water!
Soda!
Raging cascade! Lightning!
Rising speed!
There you go! Don't let up!
Burn!
First aid!
Thanks, Xion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Orochi's Fury!
All dead! Gemini Aqua! Here goes!
Explosive ring!
Where are you going? Not in your dreams!
Take this! Heal! Now I can let loose!
I don't even know the word defeat.
Our arts are being interrupted.
Can
you take it? Spirits within the soil. My reach is even wider. In a bind?
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Bestow thy mystic mercy! In an instant! Impact clock!
We're still standing. Barely.
And thus our strength yet grows.
retreat if you know what's good for you.
Damn it! Eat dirt! Okay, here I go.
Shield from calamity.
Here I go!
Now I let loose. Sword Blade Alpha! Dragon Form!
This one's mine!
No dawn shall break this
Raging
night.
Cascade!
The abyssal
Attack!
blade. Clear for us a path.
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more. Got it.
Well done!
Dragon Form!
Ready! We don't have firearms here on Dana.
I can show you mine if you like.
That would be really awesome, Sion.
Do it!
Looks like we won.
Hey. What do you say we fight that shining enemy?
Brace yourself. This one's tough. Dragon Form! Try this. Explosive ring!
Careful! We have some heavy camouflage!
Sword Blade Alpha! Try this.
Here's the evil!
Dragon Form!
Ready to go!
Explosive ring!
Can't get out of this!
Here I come!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
Lunar corruption!
Sword Blade Alpha!
Mega ray! Shield! Gemini
Explosive ring!
In the soil.
Weak now.
And wreak havoc!
Sword Blade Alpha!
More for the stockpile!
Sorry, but this fight ends here!
Now, Asuna!
Right! Will this help? There you go! Don't let up! Healing stuff, that'll bring you down!
Sorry to trouble you.
Thunderblade! Blah, blah, blah.
Dragon Form!
Rise and shine! Resurrection!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Magna
Sword Blade Alpha!
by the power of God!
No further! This one's all mine!
What a
Orochi's
power of one! I'm certain through!
Ignite!
Far enough! Don't mind if I do! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Seismic rupture!
What a big wait!
Try this!
Radiant
Resonate with the earth!
Where are you going?
Plasma!
Inferno! Look sharp!
In the soil. Awaken and wreak havoc!
Sword Blade Alpha!
Corruption!
Sword Blade Alpha!
Annihilation!
Blending Flash! Try harder! Dragon Piston! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! Leave it to you!
I can carve through!
Hold on to your art! Here I come!
Dawn shall break this night!
Sword Blade Alpha!
Take this!
Mega ray! One more!
Blending? No! Can't end here!
Forgive me.
Dragon Form!
Target blade! Don't mind if I do! Steering blade! Reload!
The enemy feels hot too.
You'll soon see about that!
Inferno, this one's mine!
Explosive ring!
Will this denied? What a big wait! Healing
Everlasting
circle!
darkness! Negative gate! Scream, bathe
Need to pull myself together.
Rending you apart! Bloody howling!
Dragon Form!
Here's evil!
Flaming
Radiant
hero!
red!
Inferno!
Perfect!
Light up the dark!
Free from the crest.
Their
Our
arcs were
expert coming
interrupted.
through.
Falling storm! Seismic rupture! Burn!
This one's mine.
Dragon form!
Reload! Tiger blade!
In a bind?
Water, hear my call! I'm ready! Glacial punch! Tiger blade! Glacial spear! This one's mine! Inferno punch!
Now you see what I can do! I'm alright. I'm still standing.
Guess I had to use it sometime.
I'll heal you all.
Explosive ring!
Healing circle.
Piercing roar!
I don't even know the word defeat.
Okay, here I go.
Lightning meteor!
A thrilling performance. Not today!
Art expert coming through.
This one's mine!
Healing circle.
You're on!
Thank you for all your help.
Please, don't mention it.
I'm glad to know someone's got my back. Going in!
Take this!
Field.
Dragon
I
form!
owe you one for that.
Element Alpha!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I found some... some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Right, here goes! Another incantation ruined. This one's all mine.
Two
You
heads.
picked the wrong fight.
Not even fair.
Take this! Plasma shock! Elusive Swordblade Alpha! Pile driver!
Gale force.
Mystic mercy! I'll smash you! You're mine!
Lightning orb. Lightning condemned.
Okay,
Thunderbolt.
here I go. Dragon form!
Lightning
Stop! Eagle ray! Plasma shock!
require complete focus.
Dragon form!
Thousand gales. Tear you to shreds.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Catapult!
This one's mine.
Dragon form! Alright, but this fight ends here! Gotta go faster! Now, Asuna!
Right.
The earth throbs in pain.
Take this! Dragon
Here
form!
goes.
Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon!
Can you take it?
Blazing Flash!
Not your dreams.
Far enough!
Soaring Blast!
Lightning. No evil.
Ignite!
Breathe into the wind. Air thrust. Oh,
Dragon form! Here I come!
Freezing storm!
Glacier!
Did you see this coming?
Take this!
This one's mine.
No escape! Plasma shock!
Look sharp! Hurricane
Here goes.
Catapult!
I'll heal you all.
Punky left!
I'll smash you!
Healing
Sword Rain Alpha!
Power away!
freezing storm.
The earth throbs in pain.
Not today!
I tornado.
Can't get out of this! Take this! Plasma shock!
First aid.
Searing Gale! Catapult!
Not in your dreams. Radiant here.
Let's tear him up!
Let me show you what my
Dragon form!
Rising
Raging
sun.
Lunar Storm!
Here's a healing arc.
Nothing gets by me!
what you're doing.
To stop you dying?
Debut performance. Sword Rain Alpha! Try this! Bestow thy mystic mercy. The flame inside is yours to be let free. Dragon form! Allow me to
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
Not try to be more careful.
Art expert coming through!
catapult! I can carve through armor! I'm ready!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
That took more energy than I expected.
Hey, new equipment!
Little help!
Dragon Swarm! Take this! A wall of
Dragon
Dragon
Calamity! Mega Ray!
Good! Explosive ring!
Thunder Field!
In a bind? Inside me, yours to be let free!
Raging Cascade!
Burn and die!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Here I come!
Deeply
I'm not done!
Annihilate!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Light Astral Dance in the wind!
Dragon Form!
Water, hear my call! Get on Let the marksman handle this! Raging Cascade! In here! None shall escape my argument! Maybe this...
Sorry, but this fight ends here! Let's go faster! Now, Asuna!
Right!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Into the shadow!
Try this!
Explosive ring!
No today!
Out of ammo! What? Don't mind if I do.
Armor won't save you!
Thank you, Dahlin.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
No further!
Gravitas Field! Holy Land! This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Steel
Try this! Elusive deity! Explosive ring! The flame inside me, yours to be let free! Elusive fury!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
No more playing nice! Glacial Spear!
You picked the wrong fight! Sword Rain Alpha!
With the doctor or merciful gun?
Good! This
Cyan Incendiary Art! Here I go! Blast!
bloody howling! Dragon Swarm!
Take this! I'll cover you! In here! Recover!
Now I can let loose!
You must be tired of healing me.
I'm merely doing what I can.
Glad you're on up, Silky.
Let the marksman handle this!
Sword Rain Alpha!
I'll do raging storm!
Dragon Swarm!
Swallow flight!
The flame inside me, yours to be let free! I owe you one. Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Raging Blue Sword!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Elusive
Here
Beam!
goes! There it goes!
Soaring Light Spear!
Let me free you of your power.
Light astral energy!
Sword rain out! You picked the
Lay
wrong
you
fight!
down.
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect she'll be in high demand if that's the case.
What do you think this place was for?
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No. They appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegus. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedures somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
What is that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful! It's huge!
What is with all the huge beasts lately?
It's no ordinary zoo! That much is damn sure! Watch yourself. All bets are off when it comes to this thing. Can't get out of this! It's go time! Soaring light spear!
Not on my watch!
I can carve through armor! Ha! Dance on the way! It's over!
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc! This one's all mine! Its head is its weak point?
We'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it.
In that case, let's start with the one in the middle.
Soaring light spear! You picked the wrong fight!
Here's another!
Soaring light spear!
Ready!
Tear!
Can you take it? That's a thrilling performance.
Rotating pile driver!
Raging
Here I
cascade!
begin!
Where are you going?
It's over!
Eruption
More for
pain.
the
Soaring light spear! No further! Soaring light spear! Ignite!
By the power
Soaring
of
light
water!
spear!
Divine
Catapult! It's over! Tempest!
Lightning! Tearing flame of
My
fury!
turn! Here I come!
Confiscated!
I'll smash you! Take this!
Leave the charge to me!
Deity! Soaring light spear!
Sacred darkness! If it's in the
Thanks.
sky, it's mine!
Take this! Tempest! Soaring
This
light
one's
spear!
mine! Divine streak!
I'll blind you with
Lunar
the dust!
corruption!
Tempest and
By
go
the
for
power
you!
of water! 1,000 gales tear you to shreds! Annihilation!
Ignite! Here for us attack!
Gale Force!
Here I come! Move it!
Laser Spear! Pierce Evil!
Take this!
Raging Cascade! Freeze Blender!
It's over!
Hold on to your heart! Here I come!
Sword Lady!
Light Astral Energy!
The fluidity of her movement is simply incredible.
Thunder Blade! Illuminate the top!
You're mine!
I never miss!
It's over!
Not in your dreams!
Elusive deity! I'm not done! Soaring blast! Try hard! My turn! Strike! Soaring left spear! Here I go! Ignite!
Armor won't save you!
Benediction Here I come! Tear! Soaring light spear!
Can't be swallowed!
Here I come!
In a bind?
Here!
Move escape!
Here's a healing art! Dance in the wind! Sleep now! Now!
Small! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
None shall escape my
Move
kill!
escape! Dragon Form!
Alright!
Try this! Explosive ring!
Here, let me help!
Dragon Form!
Stalagmite! Water, hear my call! Spread!
Take this! I'm knocked up! This one's all mine!
That'll bring you down! Feel!
Burn!
I'll be safe! Here I go!
Here I come!
Ready and ready!
Hurricane Thrust!
None shall escape! The enemy is going all
Here
out!
I go!
Sorry. I didn't want to put you out.
What our friends for, we can't depend on one.
Save you!
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Here I come! Healing
Raging
circle!
Luna
Soaring
Sword!
Light Spear!
Thunder Field! Lunar Corruption!
Move escape!
Lunar Banana! Let's go!
It's over!
Magic is there!
I'm not
In
done!
here!
It's over!
Thunder Field!
You're mine!
Searing Flame!
I'm not done!
Banana! Let's go!
Stalagmite!
Let me show you what my
You're
heart
mine!
is! Thunder Field!
Take this!
Here's a healing art!
Crush! Soaring Light! This one's all mine!
None
Soaring
shall
Light Spear!
escape! Illuminate the dark!
You're
Magic is
mine!
there!
Eat this!
Holy Ray!
Here I come!
Here goes!
Crush!
This one's mine!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Right. Just don't mind if I do.
It's over!
It looks like it's about to strike!
Soaring Light Spear! Look sharp, everyone!
Back into the fray!
Carve through armor!
There you go! Don't let up!
Luna Storm!
You require
Maybe this one!
It's too much! Can't move!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Healing art!
I'm not done!
First
Hurricane
aid!
Thrust!
Just what I
Soaring Light Spear!
Mega Ray!
You're mine!
Can't get out of this!
Arch Field! Not on my watch! Bronze Ray!
Show thy mystic mercy!
Wind Astral Energy!
Very
You must be tired of hearing me. I'm merely doing what I can to help. Glad you're on our side.
Sword Rain Alpha! Ignite!
That'll bring you down!
Benediction.
This one is almost in the bag!
Not done yet! Just falling back!
Then it's time for you to do what you do best!
Escape!
Now you see what I can do!
I'm expert coming through!
Dragon Swarm!
There!
The abyssal
One hit
sword!
swirl!
Here for us attack!
Lunge! Hunter!
Explosive Ring!
Damn it!
Sword Rain Alpha! Try this! Blending Flux! The flame inside me
Illuminate the
yearns
dark!
to be let free!
Holy Glimmer!
Dragon Swarm! Not today!
Dance in the wind!
Soaring Light Spear! Magic Phoenix!
Bronze and red!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Lightning Orb!
Starlight!
Outstanding form!
Soaring Light Spear!
Can't get out of this!
Freezing
Rising
Storm!
Phoenix!
Anything in armor is all
Don't
mine!
mind if I do! Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
The hell was that thing?
Probably something that was made here and somehow managed to survive, even after all this time. Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crown contests.
What do you mean?
You see, The winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners? That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
That's absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
It was Rena's great spirit that made them do all of this. Anything to get its astral energy.
We're not gonna jump down, right?
I certainly hope not.
After... Hearing Dohlim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure. So, looks like the Helganquil have been engineering Zeugles too. Why doesn't that surprise me at this point?
The creatures we've been encountering here have been a little different to what we're used to fighting, but I'm pretty sure they're Zeugles too.
Do you think they were engineered using creatures native to the area?
Indeed. However, based on the current circumstances, I would guess these Zeugles are all that's left of the planet's fauna now.
You mean, there might have been native owl species here once upon a time too?
We're back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Hey, that actually came out pretty alright, don't you think?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Hey, Alvin, what do you think of...
Let's go, Asuna! Careful. These two aren't messing around.
You just realized that? Haven't you been paying attention?
Yeah, they're even stronger than I imagined. Dragon Sword! Strike! Ready and quick!
How the hell did that not work?
Looks like we'll have to hit them with everything we have.
And it's time for the Blazing Sword!
Another incantation of
I'll bring you back from death abyss. Can you take it? Resuscitate, you're ready.
Here I go!
Thunder
Not
field.
done yet!
No more playing nice.
Down! They're coming right for us! Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just here I go. Don't get in my way.
Blood. Here I go! Rending you apart!
Watch it, they mean business.
Soaring Light Spear!
Dark field. Magic is not in your dreams.
Dragon! Is this it?
I can't
couldn't
believe
make it in
go.
time.
Melting gales, tear you to shreds.
Prepare to be sealed!
Gusty nails. Don't let me get
Being interrupted. Here I go!
Resurrection.
Here I go! Not done yet!
Time to retreat to the best side.
Did you used to come here when you were younger, Kisara?
You bet. See the dent in that column? That's from when my mace slipped. out of my hand one time. Just after I joined the Guard. And that crack over there? That happened while I was practicing an art.
This is new information to me.
I guess this is the flip side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
This is crazy. Who knew such amazing technology existed?
Retreat if you know what's good for you. You're mine!
Glacial Spear! Here's Eva! Freeze Thunder! This is gonna need all the Captain ready! A freezing storm! This one's the flashing part's their weak point!
Take this!
Move illuminated! Blah blah blah! That's it! Holy land! Hold on to your heart! Here I come!
Spirits within the soil. Awaken and wreak havoc! I owe you one.
Firmament Render!
Dragon Force!
Pierce Evil!
This fight ends here! Just go faster! Now, Asuna!
Right!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Dragon Swarm! Try this! Dragon Swarm! Explosive Ring!
Sleep now! I never fit! Get out there with the others!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Swarm!
Thank you, Sohoni.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
Now you see what I can do! Thank you!
I'm out of ammo!
Try this! Soaring Blast! Explosive Ring! Lightning Thrust! Rising Phoenix!
Mega Ray! Light Astral Energy!
Demon Storm! Incineration Wave! Dragon...
I don't know what I'd do with that ring. I think I'm coming down with something grave.
A chronic inability to read the room?
A malady your eyes cannot fix.
Try harder!
You need to use all the healing arts to accomplish this.
Mirage!
Air thrust!
Plasma Shock!
Raging Lunar Storm!
Burn in Hell!
I can handle it!
Mercy!
Searing Not on my watch!
Plasma Shock! Now we're not...
Burning Strike!
Soaring Gale! Dragon Form! Try this!
Photon Flux! Illuminate! There you go! Don't let up!
Dragon Alpha!
Elusive deity! In a bind?
Sword Lane Alpha! Try this! I'm ready! River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
What are those? They look like Shion's thorns, and with flowers too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's Great Spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's Great Spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the case.
So if Dana exists within all of us, then what if something occurred that brought everyone's hearts and minds together as one? That unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
You mean if everybody was, like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time? Come on, there's no way we could pull that off.
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
Let's assume that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's Great Spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Renasalma.
Things are different here than on the surface.
That shows how deeply we've ventured into Rena.
And how close we've come to the real enemy.
No choice. No escape. Lionheart.
Here goes!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Feel it! But they're vicious!
It's over.
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Soaring light spear. Dragon swarm.
Seal!
The abyssal deep.
Denied! Do it!
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Illuminate the dark!
Flame and alright, but this fight ends here! Gotta go faster!
Now, Asuna!
Right! Firmament render! Radiant
You're mine! Dragon swarm! Let's lift up! Soaring light spear! Take it! I'm not done! Eat this!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
So here's a question. We came all this way to Rena on the assumption the Renasalma's here, right?
Don't say it, Law.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
I said don't.
I can understand why you might be concerned, Law. But you need to remember that there are people it affects more directly than you.
Oh, sorry.
We've managed to make it this far believing. Losing faith now won't do us any good. We're better off focusing our anxiety elsewhere.
Such as?
The Great Spirit. If Hevrecht 35's to be believed, our enemy won't just be handing over the Renas Alma to us. At least, not without a fight.
Not only that, but that same enemy just gulped down more than an entire world's worth of astral energy.
Point taken. It may be strange to say, but when I'm fighting, or at least know what needs to be done, it helps me a lot. I don't doubt myself as much. So thanks, both of you. The floor's on the ceiling and the ceiling's on the floor. This whole thing's making my head spin. Why would they even do something like this?
The Helganquil can bend life forms to suit their will. Nothing they could do at this point would surprise me.
The ceiling is on the floor. That doesn't weird you out?
What good is a team made up of members who all share the same opinions on everything? And besides, when you get to be at my ripe old age, one begins to consider it quite uncouth to show one's true emotions at times.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. You can't be that old.
The sands of time wait for none of us, lad.
Yeah, we'll see. Though at this rate, I guess I'll have to live long enough to get as old as you first, huh?
You will. And when the time comes, I look forward to hearing you change your tune on the matter.
Out of our way! Here I come!
This one's mine!
No escape!
Primed and ready!
Allow me to help you.
None
No
shall
further.
escape my judgment!
Sword Lane Alpha! Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal. From calamity. Explosive
That'll
ring!
bring you down!
Do
it! Kikara! Frozen!
Hammer! Benedict, more Stukos?
Keep calm and take them down!
Inside me, yours to be let free. Here I come!
They're attacking from behind!
You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Form! Explosive ring!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Elfin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
Try this!
Why'd you heal me? To stop you dying?
Try this! Explosive ring! You picked the wrong fight!
Glacial Spear!
you! Resonate with the
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Dance in the wind! Radiant
Explosive ring! Burn!
Seal!
Sword Ray Alpha! Try this! More? Trending flash! Resonate with the earth! The flame inside me yearns to be let astral artery!
That's my cue!
More? Shut him down! Explosive ring! Burn in hell!
In a bind?
I'm ready!
Arrow! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
A merry distraction.
There's still more to go!
Dragon Swarm!
That'll bring you down! I can handle it! Raging Cat! Don't mind if I do!
Slap the shock!
I'll heal you all!
Searing Gale!
Do it! Shield! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Hear me!
More?
Supernova!
Water
You're my call! Showtime! Seal!
Explosive ring! Not today!
I'll be saving this one!
Dragon Swarm! One more! Sword Ring Alpha! I'm ready! River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Shot!
Well done!
Mercy!
First aid!
Now you see what I can do!
Seal!
Dragon Swarm!
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore it.
It's in the sky!
I'll try to be more careful.
Not today! Dragon Swarm!
Banana, let's go!
Sword Ring Alpha!
Coming through!
Smite with Dragon Blade!
Reload! I'll be painting this one!
Spirits within
Where
the
are you
soil.
going? Don't mind if I do!
Dragon Swarm!
I'll fix it now! Kikara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I'll cover you! Photon Flash!
In a bind?
Here I come! Flash the shock!
Lightning! Tangent Swirl!
Elusive Searing Gale!
Swirl and Flight! Lunar
Sword
Blast!
Ring Alpha!
Lunar Blast! Magic is in! Take this! Light astral energy! Mine!
Take this! No escape!
Lunar corruption! Lightning condensed!
I'm ready!
Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! A flawless victory!
The abyssal beast!
Naturally!
Try this!
Do it!
Explosive ring!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zoogles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegus.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zoogles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zoogles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zoogles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zoogles aren't so different after all.
The Zoogles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrive.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah. It's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants, how it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrect 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's great spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.
Be a delicious piece of cake!
Dragon Swarm! Okay, here I'm trying.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Here I come!
Right.
I'll shoot them out of the sky! Not in your dreams! Far enough! The flashing targets are weak points! Freeze Lancer! Here's a healing nail!
Explosive ring!
Now or never.
Arts require complete focus! Move with the marksman!
Okay.
Lunar Blast! Steel Force! Where are you going?
Explosive ring!
Take this!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts. Illuminate the top lab!
Burn!
It's weakened!
Won't save you!
This
Raging
is
Lunar
now!
Storm!
Hold on to your arts! Here I Ready to go!
Orochi's Fury!
Giant Instant!
Try this!
Tempest Whirl!
Explosive ring! Stop! Plasma
Not
Shock!
on my watch! Radiant Light! Here! May a thousand
Okay,
gales carry
here I
you
go.
lightning! Downfall! Gusty Nail!
Searing
Elevate you!
Plasma Shock!
Radiant Light! Here!
So by Mystic Mercy!
I'm out of ammo! Wasn't Raging Storm!
Ready to go.
Thank you. So,
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on. Raging Storm! Annihilation!
Ready and ready! Seismic Rupture!
It looks like you got this one covered. Hold on to your arms. Here I come!
Not today!
Thunderblade! Not on my watch!
Elusive
That'll
Sea!
bring you down!
Sword Rain Alpha!
A willing for force.
Illuminate the top! Magic advance!
Searing gale!
Holy land! I'm out of ammo!
Take this!
First
You're
aid!
mine! Look up!
Magic to the
Plasma
ray!
shock!
Mega ray!
Captivity!
Illuminate the top!
Searing gale! It's on! Not today!
Holy land! Unexpert!
Armor won't save you!
Gemini Aqua! Will this help?
Explosive
There
ray!
you go! Don't let up! Eat dirt!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Air thrust!
Searing gale!
Negative water! Hear my
Sword
power!
ring out!
Where are you going?
Plasma shock! Totally! In an instant! Impact clock!
We can really make weapons with this?
Wherever we go on this planet, there are machines littered everywhere.
It's impressive to look at as a bystander. I sure wouldn't want to live here with all of this around.
I know what you mean. There are no fish here. I couldn't cook any of my delicious...
Coming through!
Here I...
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Shield from calamity!
Plasma shock!
Some fights are better left unfought.
No. Yours. Here I come. Take this!
Another incantation
Searing
ruined!
gale!
Can't get out of this! Take this! No dawn shall break this night!
Searing gale!
Healing circle!
Sorry to trouble you.
You do the same for me. No more playing night!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
By the power of the fire!
I can carve through armor!
Annihilation! Unexpert! Coming through! Raging cascade!
Searing gale!
Raging Luna
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
A freezing storm!
It's on! Eat dirt!
I never miss!
Plasma shock!
I'll heal you all! Tempest Swirl! Healing
I'm nearly
circle!
done for.
Just what I...
Why'd you heal me?
To stop me dying?
In here!
Raging Luna
Not
Storm!
on my watch! Let's show you what my art can do! Rise and
I'll
shine!
grind you into dust!
Tempest
Take
Swirl!
this!
Alright!
Can't get out of this!
Flawless flight!
I have no limits! The flame inside me cures!
Can you let it free? What?
In here!
Ready and charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to
Here's
stop.
the healing art! First aid!
Okay, here I go!
Thunder Peal!
Ready to go!
Alright, but this fight ends here! Gotta go faster!
Now, Asuna!
Right!
Plasma shock!
Lightning Blast! I'm unstoppable!
Eat dirt!
Elusive shield!
Bring you down.
Holy Land!
I can carve through armor! Denied! Everlasting shock!
You got this one.
Rising Phoenix! Plasma shock!
Don't mind if I do.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Plasma shock!
Magic is there! Holy land!
I'm not done!
In a bind?
Here!
You're mine! I'm not done! Plasma shock!
Thousand gales! Carry it as well!
Jonah!
Mega ray!
Take this! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
Burn it hell!
Here! Arch
Plasma
Where
shock!
are you going? Ready and I'll be saving this one!
Searing gale!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish it!
Searing gale!
Simply incredible.
Plasma shock!
Just what I
Such unadulterated
Searing
fury.
gale!
corruption!
Plasma shock!
Magic is there!
You! It's on!
Mega ray!
Searing gale! Plasma shock! I owe you one! Searing gale!
Being interrupted.
Shock! Not today!
Lightning condemned!
Prepare to be seen! Rising Phoenix! Plasma shock! Searing gale!
No further!
If it's in the
Plasma
sky, it's
shock!
mine! That'll bring you down!
So you clamor for my true power?
Jonah!
Photon Arch
Raging lunar storm!
Outstanding form! Magic is out in your
mercy.
dreams!
It's over! Jonah!
Light after light
Rising
after!
Phoenix!
Thank you for the healing, Gohan.
Our comrades need our abilities to survive.
Right. No one's dying on our watch. Don't get in my way! I'm going to need to use all
This is looking good.
to accomplish this.
Eat this!
Elusive deity!
Here I come!
Holy land!
You're finished!
I'm grateful.
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Elusive deity!
Searing gale!
Amazing!
Plasma shock!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Searing gale!
I'm
ready! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
That was a little close for comfort.
A delicious piece of cake!
Okay! Dragon Swarm!
Sometimes a retreat is the best strategy. Treat if you know what's good for you.
Dragon Swarm! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
So those thorns of Shion's, they're really a part of Rena's great spirit?
Most likely, but only a small fragment of it in the big picture. I don't sense a will of its own emanating from them.
If it's that insignificant, is there that much point getting rid of it?
Sorry.
Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done!
Hear my call!
Plasma shot!
Here's evil!
Finish!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Plasma shock!
An astral arc?
That's my cue!
This one, shut him down! Plasma shock! Alright, but this fight ends here! Gotta go faster! Now, Asuna!
Right!
Come one, come all! Plasma shock! Try harder! Ignite!
I don't mind if I do!
No further!
May 1,000 gales carry you to
shock!
Where are you going? One more time!
Denied! I'll smash you!
May 1,000 gales carry you to shreds!
Being exhausted, doing all? It is. I can't ignore your pain.
Hold on to
Not
your
try
art.
to be more
Here I come!
Let me free you of your power.
Burn!
Not in your dreams!
Plasma shock!
First aid!
Sealing gale!
Here I go! Go!
Sword Rain Alpha! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Lightning orb!
Dragon Swarm!
Is this it?
Feel!
Forgive me.
My fault. This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Take this! Can't get out of this!
The flame inside me yearns to be let
Let
free!
me help!
Ready and ready!
Raging Star!
Rising Phoenix!
More without you! Long
Catapult! Soda!
Leave the chargers to me!
Not on my watch!
Armor won't save you! Far enough!
Catapult!
Healing
Take
circle!
this!
Illuminate
This isn't ideal.
They still enter! Light after! Lunar pool!
I won't give up!
I couldn't make it in time.
Dragon Swarm!
The Tempest engulfs you!
I can feel the medicine working.
Soda!
Will this help? Photon
Try it, my turn!
Within the sword.
Awaken and
Burn!
reach!
Healing circle! This one's mine!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
No further! Dragon Swarm!
Leon! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory!
Dragon Swarm!
Naturally!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Another incantation ruined.
Now!
Hey! Blow them away!
Illuminate the dark!
Ready and ready!
Holy glitter! Holy light! Not in your dreams!
I'm not done! Plasma shock!
Tempest swirl! Here is flame of fury! Burning!
Ready to go!
You got the wrong fight!
Here's the
Armor won't save you! Far enough!
Plasma shock!
Freeze lantern!
Sealing gale! Dragon Swarm!
Primed and ready!
Try that!
Cyan into! This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Alright!
I owe you one.
It's showtime!
You must be tired of
Hold on
hearing
to
me.
your arms!
I'm merely doing
Here
what
I
I can
come.
to help. Glad you're on out.
Dragon form!
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
It's weakened!
Explosive wave! This ends now! Incineration wave!
Not on my watch!
Dragon form!
Burning strike!
Ether! Dragon form!
Supernova!
Try
Blazing
this!
cascade! Annihilation!
Explosive
Sweet
wave!
now! Annihilation! Get out of there with the other marksman handles! I never miss!
Dragon form! Plasma shot!
Supernova!
Feeling gale!
It's showtime!
Try harder!
Lunar corruption! Air thrust!
Far enough! I can carve through armor!
Light astral! Hold on to your art! Here I come!
Feeling gale!
Magna ray!
You picked the wrong fight!
Dance in the wind!
Elusive
Air
deity!
thrust!
Dragon form!
I need something.
You need to be healed!
Now the mighty have fallen.
Primed and ready! This one's mine!
No!
Can't end here!
Don't give up! Mind if I do?
No escape! Dragon form! Plasma shot!
Illuminate
I'm
the
ready.
Magic attack! Astral energy!
Say no more! Shot!
Well done!
No escape! Dragon form!
I'll blind you with the dust!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
It's over! It's on!
Breathing storm!
Shotgun! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Am I on a roller? What?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
My word. This must be the work of Providence.
Prava what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.